The castle is officially done-ish. Okay. It is nearly done, but the actual interior of the castle is done. Well, with the exception of the cellar, garden and wall towers. So yes, done-ish. Let me take you back a bit. This is the story of why I cannot deliver a finished castle this episode. If you want the long story, then follow along on this magical journey. If you want the short story, here it is. I have no more space for more footage. You can now like the video and come back next time. Or you could listen to this longer story and see why I have run out of space. That sounds a lot better to me. First of all, welcome back to another episode. I hope you will enjoy it because a lot has happened since last time. If I lose my voice, I am sorry. I've had flu for like 3 weeks now. But let's continue where we left off. We had just finished the nobles quarter and it was now time to move on to the guards quarter. As per usual, I started by cleaning up the floors, walls and inside roof like I normally do, as these need to be in order before I can add decorations. It doesn't take long since I have already used the same template in the rest of the castle, so it's muscle memory by now. Once that was done, it was time to decorate the small hallways and any open areas that were not bedrooms. This is just me scattering random items all over the place to make it feel more lively. For the guards' living space, I added a massive table, a comfy sofa and some chairs as well as some plants and lighting. These surrounded a decent sized fireplace that will keep this quarter warm and cozy. All these hard-working guards deserve a relaxing living space where they can wind down after a long day of protecting their king. But they also need to have their personal space in form of their bedroom. Unfortunately, they need to share rooms with another guard, but I think that's fine. I added a bunch of bunk beds and whatever else I could fit in the room. It's surprisingly difficult to fit a lot of things in a 3x5 room, but with some creativity, lots can be achieved. Now that the guards' quarter was done, it was time to move on to the final major part of the castle, and that's naturally the king's quarter. And oh boy, this took a long time to finish. I will let you know more on that in a little bit, but the quarter has so many rooms and spaces that needs decorations. I quickly realized that the layout on the castle wasn't fully finished either. I still had to build some floors and walls to finish the Great Hall and King's Room. It took surprisingly long to find a pattern I was happy with, but after a lot of trial and error, I was finally ready to continue decorating the place, starting from the prince or princess's room. It's bigger and nicer than the rooms before, and it has its own fireplace and grand view of the city. I proceeded to complete the king's office, lounge area, and then the tower just outside the king's room. I am actually quite pleased how all of those turned out, especially the tower. I find towers really hard to make good, both inside and outside. The tower also had an entrance to the attic, so this area serves as a storage area. So far so good. I hope you are still watching. It is time for the king's and queen's room. Since the grand window to the city is located right at the entrance, I thought it would be a great place to have the bedroom. Just imagine waking up to see your kingdom. What a sight to see. And I must say, I am thoroughly happy with the way the bed turned out. It looks so majestic. Then just to fill out the room with a little fireplace and some other furniture. Moving on to the next part, I wasn't really sure what to do, so I added another office table for the king or queen, just so that they can work undisturbed if they wanted to. Since I decided to separate the Great Hall and make the attic part of the king's room, I now needed to fill it with some furniture. I wasn't really sure what to put here, but really the only viable thing was a living space with a big table, couch, lots of plants and a medieval pool table. For some reason I didn't record much, so you will just have to wait until the end to see the final product. Next up was the Great Hall. I wanted massive tables on both sides and then the throne in the middle at the end of the room. So I started working on a design, and I remember that the Dutch of Sorisi had posted a great picture of a table, and I knew that is exactly what I wanted to go for. But what I didn't realize is how small my Great Hall actually is. I had to scale it down from 6 wide to 4 wide, but I think the end result turned out really good. Once the table was done, it was time to more or less mirror it for the other side. Then just to add the table for the royals, as well as add the remaining details to make the walls and roof come to life. It turned out great. Oh, and while I was doing it, I actually got 2 visitors. It happens so rarely here on Call Hero, so I was actually quite excited about that. This is however where I saw Ovis's video about ice gliders and decided it was a good time to take a break from my normal stuff and do something else not to burn out. I spent a good 10 days playing around with it, making a great XP farm, and even made a video on that, but I have since taken that video down as it seemed some people were kind of against it, even if the majority seemed to think it was okay. But here is just some footage of that good times. At least I should have enough coils for workbenches and refineries for, well, forever. Eventually my XP farm got shut down and I returned to the castle where I had left off. It seems I have forgotten to turn on the recorder for parts of it, but I guess it's fine. You will just have to wait until the end for the grand reveal. But let's continue with the kitchen. I took some inspiration again from Ellie's Hobbit kitchen on Alder, but added a bunch of random stuff in there. I wanted the kitchen to be a little bit different and made it mainly of stone. I think it turned out decent. As you may all know, I am a fan of doing community events, so when I saw Nor 312's maze on the forum, I had to go test it out, and you should too. It's at Pigmouth at Delta Cancret. See if you can find it. There's a bunch of rewards there. I barely took anything, but he gave me a stack of ore shards, so that was nice. Coming back to the castle, I realized that there is one part I had completely forgotten about, and that was the stables at the end of the tunnel. I quickly whipped something together, and it works great. This is where I started to realize that I won't be able to finish the entire castle before running out of footage, and to be honest, it was around Christmas, so I haven't really had any time to play since the 22nd of December. So I made a decision. I will not finish the cellar, or well, I kinda did. I locked it behind doors and boxes so nobody will ever find out it's not actually there. Ha ha ha! But, do you know what it means? It is time to show the completed-ish castle. Are you ready? You better be. Here we go. Oh, wait, that's Ovis's castle. One second, let me fix that. Alright, so while I'm walking through my castle, I'll just do my outro here, and I don't really have much to say, but thank you so much for watching once again. This is the 10th episode, and the feedback I've gotten from doing this is just great, and it's been, I don't know, 4 months maybe since I returned, and the castle is more or less complete now, so super happy about that. I mean, it's been a journey, and now we can finally start on, I think, the workshop. I gotta finish up the remaining stuff off camera, but I think, I'm not sure what the next episode will be. Either me working on the workshop or maybe already starting on the town. We will see. I also have some challenges I want to do, but yeah, until I can figure out what I want to do, we will see. But I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you haven't to, because I intend to do much more or many more episodes in the future. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, then make sure to do all those 3 things. But yes, other than that, thank you so much, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.